How long will it take you to become a millionaire in the stock market? Today I'm going to take you guys through a couple charts to show you how long it will actually take you to become a millionaire in the stock market if you just get an average return each year. I cannot wait to share this with you guys today. Hey subscribers, thank you so much for joining me today. I am Jeremy, this is the Financial Education Channel, and today we're talking about how long does it take to become a millionaire in the stock market? How many years would you have to be invested to become a millionaire? So today I'm going to take you guys through a couple charts that we have made here based upon you start with this X amount of money and you get this percentage of a return. How many years down the road will it take you till you finally hit millionaire status? And you know, I thought it was a great subject today because a lot of my viewer base, you guys are interested in the stock market. And I think a compounding calculator, if you've never played around with it, it's a very powerful tool in just showing you and opening up your brain to kind of see, wow, it is possible to do it. If I can just get this rate of return and just put in this much amount of money each year, I'll be at this number at this year. So I think it's just such a powerful thing. It's one of the things that opened up my mind when I was first starting to look into stock market investing. And it's one of the things that got me excited about the subject and like, you know what, it's possible to be a millionaire from the stock market if you can just eke out nice gains, decent gains every single year. So let's go ahead and start off this, guys. I'm going to put up here, we have two charts here. We have one on the left-hand side, one on the right-hand side. Completely disregard the right-hand chart for now. We'll look at that one in a minute, and I'll explain that one, and then we'll kind of look at the differences. So first off, this left-hand chart. So all the way in the left-hand column there, all those numbers going down, those are the years. The next column over, that's at 8%. So we're averaging, we're assuming you're going to get an 8% return every single year over the course of that investment, cycle. Reason I picked 8% is because the stock market goes up on average 8% per year for like the last 50, 60 years or whatever. Next column over is how much money you will have made each year, and assuming that money is going ahead and being reinvested. The next column over, that 10,000, you see how it's 10,000 all the way down? That's assuming you put in $10,000 more into your account each year. Now, $10,000, it may be a little harder for some than others to put 10,000. Some of you guys may even be able to put 20, 30, 40,000 per year more into your account. It just depends on how much income you have coming in versus how many bills you have. Some of you guys might only be able to put 5,000, 1,000, 2,000 per year, but we're assuming for this example, you're putting 10,000 per year. I thought that was a good number. And all the way in the right-hand column, you have our initial investment, which is $10,000. And then below that is what the amount goes up to each year. So your initial investment's $10,000. So let's assume you're 20 years old. That's your first investment ever. It's $10,000 you saved up from a job you got when you're 18 or 17 or whatever. You saved 10,000 bucks. You put that in your stock market account. And boom, we're off. And you get your 8% that year. You make $800 profit. That's reinvested. Plus, you put another $10,000 in that very next year. So you're up to $20,800. And you see, as it compounds, the numbers get bigger and bigger and bigger. Now, it takes you 28 years to finally hit that millionaire status, to become a millionaire off the stock market. That is highlighted there, year number 28. So if you started when you were 20 years old, you will now be 48 years old and you will be a millionaire. A millionaire just from the stock market. Who knows, if you have a house paid for and a car paid for and all those other things, and you're more than a millionaire. But just assuming this, you're a millionaire from the stock market at year number 28. If you started when you're 30 on this chart, then that means you reach that status when you're 58 years old. So regardless, that's pretty dang impressive, because at that point you can probably retire, and as long as you could keep making that 8% a year, you're good, because you look at year number 29, you make $83,000 in profit. So at that point, say your bills are $50,000 at that point, you can then put, X amount of dollars left over. Of course, you got to pay taxes on that and whatnot, but there'll still be $10,000, $15,000 left over. You can still put in your account, and you can just keep making that money year after year. So this is really powerful stuff, guys. And then you see that it took you 28 years to hit that millionaire status, but look at that. It only takes you 8 years to then hit the 2 million. Year number 36, you hit 2 million. So you can see that the compounding effect is very powerful. It's one of the most powerful things out there, because once you get that ball moving, things move really, really fast. They move really, really fast, as long as you can keep getting that consistent 8%. Now, 8%, that's just average. You're just an average investor. But you know what? We're going to assume you're a good investor. You're a really good investor. Maybe not a great investor. Maybe not getting 20% a year like Warren Buffett did for decades and decades. But we're going to assume you get 16% per year. So that's what this right-hand column is now that's on your screen here, guys. 16% per year we're going to assume you get. So you're getting twice as good as the average person gets. You're still putting in $10,000 per year. You still have that first initial investment of $10,000. You hit that after you hit $1 million, over $1 million in only 19 years. So if you started when you were 20 years old, by 39 years old, you have over $1 million in the stock market. If you started when you're 30 years old, that means when you're 49, you have over $1 million in the stock market. And look at that, year 20, you have $184,000 in income. Holy smokes. And look at how much faster things go. Then after only 4 years later, you hit over $2 million, year number 23. So that's amazing. You could be 43 years old and be over $2 million. And then you look at these numbers, then all of a sudden it gets to the point where you're making $1 million+ per year by year 32. By year 32, you're making over $1 million per year. And look at the chart here. So on the maxed out chart, all the way to the left is 38 years. So if you're 20, by the time you're 58, you would have $2.3 million, right? $2.389 million. But look at on the right-hand chart, you would have over $20 million. So you guys can see here that it's extremely important to get started in the stock market earlier, and it's extremely important to try to get better gains, not necessarily risk your account and risky stocks, but to try to get a better gain and work really hard at it, because you can see that there's a huge difference between having $2 million when you're 58 years old or between having $20 million when you're 58 years old. Or if you start it when you're 30, then you could be at 58 years old and have $2 million, or 58 years old and have $20 million. So there's a dramatic difference there, guys. Regardless, either one's pretty impressive. Either one's pretty impressive. You know, there's a lot of people wish they were millionaires and they're not. But if you can just do a consistent amount, you can achieve this. It is very possible. And of course, if you're able to put more than $10,000 per year into that account and still get that 8% a year, then these numbers all move much, much faster. So that's another thing to take into account. Another reason why you might want to think about starting a business or trying to move up the ranks at your workplace or whatnot, because the more money you can funnel in, as long as you're getting those returns, the more money that comes out at the end of the day, and you'll reach these goals much, much faster than even we have on here, which it's very impressive. I mean, look at that. 19 years is all it would take to reach $1 million with an initial investment of $10,000, only investing $10,000 more each year if you get a 16% return. And even if you only get an 8% return, which is average, 28 years to become a millionaire from a $10,000 initial investment and only $10,000 more per year. So this is the power of compounding. This is why it's important not to take huge losses, and why it's very important to just try to do, you know, as good as possible, but not risk your account on something super risky. Because if you just do a decent gain each year, you're going to be a millionaire in the stock market. So I hope this helped you guys tremendously today, and just kind of realizing and opening up your head to this exciting opportunity that is upon you. It is upon you. I know a lot of my subscribers are in your 20s and 30s, so these charts, you can achieve these before you're even close to retirement age. My people, you know, that are my age group, the average age for retirement is probably 75. On this chart, you can be a millionaire in your 40s and 50s, so that's a great, great thing. If you are watching this and you have not subscribed yet, guys, you may want to. I talk a ton about the stock market on the channel like we did today. Talk about business. I'm an entrepreneur. I talk about entrepreneurship, and we talk personal finance on this channel every single week. Thank you for watching, guys, and have a great day.